Oh, old school comic book reviews. A random comic book review. Today we have JLA number 9, written by Grant Morrison with art by Oscar Jimenez. Okay, so basically, what this one is, it's picking up from last issue, where basically the Key, who is one of the Justice League's old villains, has kind of gotten a jump on the team. And here he's kind of explaining how in the past, whenever he's run up against them, he's always lost and the Justice League always wins. So this time his plan is to figure out how to make that work for him. So he is basically, let's do it this way. He's basically captured him. Whoops, wrong one. He's basically captured them, and he's got them all tied down or whatever. He got them hooked up to his machines, and it's one of these dream machines or whatever. And the gag is, eventually he knows they're going to like figure out what's going on and snap to it. And however, when this happens, it's going to create this power surge that's going to power one of his other machines, and all he has to do is walk through the little portal, and it's going to give him ultimate power. Okay, so now we basically get to see some of the Justice League's dreams or hallucinations or whatever. Here we have Wally West living in his dreamland, and here he looks kind of like a cross between the old Mercury and the old Jay Garrett Flash. You know what he really looks like? He really looks like the logo for the FTD Floral Man, if you've ever seen that. And he's stuck in a weird situation where all the normal people all of a sudden have super speed as well, and it's causing havoc. Okay, and then we see how we transition from his dream to Batman's dream, and Batman's dream is that he's 60 years old, and Tim Drake has taken over with as the new Batman, but they've run into some and his son is the new Robin, but they've run into some problems with the Joker that they can't handle. So old Batman and Catwoman have to step in, and just as they're about to deal with the situation, Joker pulls out, he's got a suicide bomb strapped to his chest. And before anybody can do something, something weird happens. And what happens? It's Kal-El from the planet Krypton, only he's wearing a Green Lantern suit. Let's see, and here we get the title. Elseworlds. Story by Grant Morrison, art by Oscar Jimenez, inks are by Chip Wallace and Hannibal Rodriguez. Okay. All right. Now, meanwhile, in the real world, oh, and this is at the time where like Superman had his whole electric blue look. So meanwhile, the Key is doing his thing, and the only Justice Leaguer that's out loose is Connor Hawke, who is Oliver Queen's long lost son. And at this point in DC continuity, I guess that Ollie was dead, and so Connor was the active Green Arrow. And he's frustrated because he's run out of arrows. So last issue they showed him breaking into the Justice League trophy room and getting all of the old Green Lantern's old trick arrows. In the narration, it just has him being frustrated because all these arrows are kind of stupid and unwieldy, and he really doesn't know how to use them. And there's some dialogue here where he goes, "Net arrows, boxing glove arrows. How about just one? Just point it, Dad." Yeah, that's what he's saying right here. Oh, let's see here. So, anyway, Connor takes down one of the bad robots. And then we get to see a little bit more of the other Justice Leaguers' dreams. Here's Wonder Woman's dream. She's off somewhere fighting Nazis. And the thing is, she slips away from her dream and falls into Aquaman's dream. And what's happening is all the Justice Leaguers, they start out having their own hallucinations, but now they're starting to bleed into each other's hallucinations, and they're starting to realize that something's up. Now, meanwhile, back to here's the portal getting all energized as the Justice League, starts to realize something's going on. What happens though is the Flash gets loose because the chemicals that the Key used on him metabolized out of his body. So they're gonna go trying to go after. So you got Wally and Connor are gonna try to go after the Key. And here, the Key is like, haha, you can't catch me because in the next 5 seconds, I'll be up to my ultimate power, and this chair is gonna explode, and you won't be able to stop me. All right, so we're back in the dream world. Here's Batman and Kal-El talking, and Batman's starting to figure things out, and he's like, hey, I'm supposed to be 60 years old, but now that things have calmed down, I can figure out my heart rate's different, and my blood rate is different, and I really have the body of a much younger man. This can't be real, And they see one of the portals, and they decide to walk through, and they meet up with Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and they're like, yes, none of this is real. We've got to get back to reality. Oh, and this is funny. I like this. They meet. Here's where they meet Kyle. Haha. I am Weaponeer 500, Sector Dictator of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is your final warning. And check Kyle out. Haha. This cracks me up because this comic book was from 1997, and we're kind of like at the tail end of all the sort of like extreme everything, Okay, and here you can see the characters are kind of getting back to, oh, what am I doing here? Here we go. They're getting back to their normal looks here, as they start to realize that it's all fake. But then Batman says something like, but why would we all be having the same hallucination? And then at the bottom, he's like, figures it out, and he's like, no, don't wake up. See, now the Key is all, as they are starting to wake up, the Key is all powered up. And he's about to walk through the portal and gain ultimate power. When I enter negative space, the entire universe will fit around me like a glove. I'll be in complete control. It all seems so. And then the whack, he's knocked out by a boxing glove arrow, and he's like, this is ridiculous. And then Connor's standing over there, and he's like, yep, that's what I would have thought too. And basically that's it. The Justice League welcomes Connor Hawke into the group, and that's really the end of this adventure. But check here, you kind of get an epilogue. Electric Blue and Batman talking. We've wrapped this one up, but there's other stuff coming up soon. And then we get the next epilogue, which is actually the prologue to the next big adventure. You see these shadowy people standing around. You don't know who they are, but you can make out that somebody's got a bald head, somebody's got some shaggy wild hair. And then here you see these evil duplicates of the Justice League being energized. And then they're flying off to Earth to cause some havoc. And that's where we leave off until next issue. And next issue is Rock of Ages Part 1. Okay, and that's it. This was actually a really fun comic. This was during the much acclaimed Grant Morrison run of Justice League. Just really fun type superhero stories. not too angsty or anything like that. Just a fun adventure, and it worked. Not a lot dragged out. It's action packed, and you have some nice art. Okay, that